Hello people, welcome back to the channel CrustG-G, where today we're going to be adding more shows to the TV and movie mass multiverse web. Most most of the video will be spent, actually all of the video will be spent up in this area. There is something that I forgot to add to the Law & Order stuff. It's connected to Law & Order Special Victims Unit, and it is a show called The Wire. I couldn't find a very good picture here, but this seems to be from that show. Let's see. Unless I have it somewhere else, go ahead and tell me if you remember where it is. Wire from 2002, and that's because Detective Munch makes another appearance in this show. Oh, that would mean this way. There. Okay, moving on. We're going to start on the show that I added a while ago, Murphy Brown, which is right here, connected to the Bob Newhart show, and not in the same way that I know for a fact that Newhart and I Dream of Jeannie are connected. The Murphy Brown is connected to this show called The Famous Teddy Z. A character on Teddy Z named Al Floss is a talent agent and appears on Murphy Brown trying to help his client. That's about it. Ooh, this is gonna need to be moved around. That's not where you go. Why? There. Okay, let's see. Miss Teddy Z from 1989. I don't think this show did well, but the character that I was talking about, Al Floss, was apparently a good one, which is why they had him do a crossover. That's the wrong way. Alright. After that is a show called connecting Murphy Brown to 11 War, the fictional news station from Murphy Brown, and the characters that work at it are shown on this show. They're talking about a fictional court case and stuff. So, yeah. This way, actually. War from 1992. Okay. After that, Murphy Brown, there is a connection to The Nanny from 1993. FYI, which is the fictional news show that I talked about before, covers the plane crash that Fran and Sheffield were in. I'm going to leave it unconnected for now because there's a different way that I want this to connect, just because I think it's fun. 1993? Yeah, 93. That works. So Murphy Brown is on this show. Oh, I said I would leave it. Stop it. After that, there is a 4-show crossover that starts on The Nanny. Elizabeth Taylor crossover storyline. So Liz Taylor Sheffield wants Liz Taylor to be a part of one of his productions. Fran is in charge of getting her pearls, and she loses them in a taxi, but then they're recovered in the next episode, on the next show, they're recovered by 2 characters from this show called Can't Hurry Love from 1995. And then they're worn by Annie, one of the characters that finds them, and they're stolen from her. And then there's this kind of side thing on Murphy Brown, because Liz Taylor cancels her interview on FYI from Murphy Brown because she gets a lead on her missing pearls. Oh. And the whole thing ends on high society because the same thief that stole the pearls from Annie shows up and robs the main characters of this show, tying them up, only to later be caught, and Liz gets her pearls back. And that's tacked on because she basically just sticks her hand in the door and is like, give me my pearls. Something like that. So, start with The Nanny. Going to Can't Hurry Love from 1995. And then goes to Murphy Brown. Oh, excuse me. Hold on. I'm gonna put Nanny down here. Move this down. And then putting in High Society from 1995 also. And then, actually, turn that one around. Because at the end of High Society, a scene starring the characters from the Nanny explains that somebody could have just stolen the pearls from the beginning and put down fake ones, and those are the ones that Liz Taylor have now. And they cut to the taxi driver that Fran lost them in the first place actually still has them. Moving on. There is a crossover with Love and War with Ink from 1996. A supporting character from Love and War named Jack Stein is brought over the same way that, I guess, Detective Munch is. From Love and War to Ink. Ink from 1996. Okay. From Love and War to Ink. Alright. Now there is another crossover with the Nanny to Everybody Loves Raymond. So Fran and Ray both go to a class reunion. Why does it sound weird to me? So they went to the same school as kids. Fun fact, so did the actors. They went to class together. From 1996. That's a big show. Right, he went over onto this show. Moving on, Everybody Loves Raymond kind of had a shared reality with the King of Queens, starting with Doug and Ray meeting and becoming friends. That was a weird way to say it. Doug, this guy from this show, tries to help Raymond cheat on his driving test. And then later on there are multiple crossovers, but this just gives me a reason to put an arrow in any direction. In a specific direction. That is not. From 1998. After that is King of Queens, connecting with this show from 1996. Cosby. Doug is a delivery man on The King of Queens and makes a delivery to the main character on this show. From 1986. So he went on to this show. Another King of Queens crossover is that with this show called Becker. Doug gets hit on the head by a baseball and goes to see Dr. Becker to get it checked out. So it happened on King of Queens. Wait, no? Yeah, it should have. I must have written it wrong. Or maybe it did happen on Becker. I don't know. I should just trust my notes. Go ahead and correct me if I'm wrong. 1998. Now, moving on to... oh, jeez. This isn't gonna work. Stop it. Come on. Right then? You already did it. Jeez. Okay. Come on, just down here. Bring that up. Okay, just... no. there. Going to move these down. Anyways, as I was saying, kind of iffy, but this website that I've been using, I will put it in the description, called Pubala, I believe, came up with the same thing that I described earlier, with the connection to the Bob Newhart show and Newhart, being that Bob Hartley from this show could have just dreamed the life of somebody else that actually exists in that world, because the characters from Newhart showed up in the 19th anniversary special, so that kind of confirms that they did happen. So I'm just going with the notion that this did happen, and it was really weird that he dreamed somebody else's life. Starting with Newhart being connected to this show, George and Leo, from 1997. Dr. Harris makes an appearance, I guess, from Newhart to George and Leo. George and Leo from 1997. There we go. This way. Newhart to George and Leo. And then one more from Newhart is its connection to Coach. Larry, Daryl, and Daryl show up for the finale of Coach. Larry, Daryl, and Daryl are the same characters that I am using to kind of justify this actually being a show and not just some character's dream. Coach from 1989. Wow, that's an old show. I thought it was it's not old. It's not that old, but it does seem, I thought it was newer than that. Okay. Now moving on to Coach's connections. Oh, this is another Vegas crossover. So, this one's a bit weird. All the characters from these next shows all went to Vegas at the same time, and they were kind of intermingling throughout all the episodes. Right? So, characters from Coach show up on Grace Under Fire, and characters from the Drew Carey show show up on this show as well. So that's what we're going to start with here. Grace Under Fire from 1993. They showed up here. And the Drew Carey show from 1995. Showed up here. And then after that, back to Coach. Because it's part of the crossover. Characters from Ellen show up and are just wandering around. They don't really interact, I guess. On from 1994. And then, lastly, Ellen actually started a show called These Friends of Mine, but then it was kind of revamped to fit the part that people liked the best. So it was really just I'm pretty much just adding it because it adds another thing to this. Adds another title. Also from 1994. You can see how quickly they just changed it from These Friends of Mine to Ellen. But that will be it for today. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, go ahead and leave a like on the video. If you didn't, there's another button for that. If you want to see more, get caught up on this whole web, go ahead and hit subscribe, ring the bell, go check out the other videos. Be notified whenever I upload. These usually come out on Fridays. If you have any criticisms, if you have any suggestions for shows that I might have missed, go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. But until next time, hope you have a nice day. Bye.